Blumenthal, who was a member of the Clinton Foundation, paid by the Clinton Foundation, and one of the closest Clinton confidants, had a personal conversation with the head of the McClatchy News Services based in Washington, D.C., and recommended that McClatchy send somebody to Kenya to look into...
He said, she said, and here's what...
No, this is okay, Don, this is a personal account that a media member who has never been impugned about their reputation heard firsthand.
Where are the receipts, Corey? Where are the receipts?
What do you mean?
Where the notes, the emails, the recording of the conversation?
So are we now impugning the Washington Bureau Chief of McClatchy?
Let me just say this.
Are we impugning the reputation of the former Washington Bureau Chief of McClatchy because you weren't part of the conversation?
CNN reached out to Blumenthal, who told him...
And surprisingly, Sidney Blumenthal, who's on the paid by the Clinton Foundation, said, I never had this conversation.
Corey,
we have a credible media source.
Okay. This is false, period. Donald Trump cannot
distract... It's not false, Don. The fact is, that the individual at McClatchy News Services is a liar, then the story's false. Then the story's true.
Take everyone off the screen. Okay. So stop everyone. Don't let anyone say anything. This is false, period. Donald Trump cannot distract from the fact that he is the one who embraced and promoted the birther lie and bears the responsibility for it. Again, that is CNN reached out to Sid Blumenthal. Okay, bring everyone back up, please. Corey,
Blumenthal,
thank you. Go on.
Has his own vested interest of not telling the truth in this story when you have a credible media source who has a first-hand account that has reported on this first-hand account via his Twitter feed today, and sent a reporter, which I'm sure you could track down the travel records, to Kenya at Sidney Blumenthal's request from the McClatchy News Service. Now, there's only two things that could be possible here.
Let's move forward.
Either the reporter is lying, who's the Washington Bureau Chief, or Sidney Blumenthal is tied to the Clinton campaign.
So let's, as we have said, it's not true. But go on. Let's give him that you say it is true.
Yeah, what factual basis do you have that's not
so
true?
I'm saying, okay, fine. Let's just say that you're right. Yeah. So then, beyond that, why keep going with it when you say it's from someone in the Hillary Clinton campaign, if you know it's factually not true? If he knew today, if he knew in 2011, when the president finally produced his long-form birth certificate, why keep perpetuating the lie?
Look, I think the clear differentiator here, and it's very, very important, is that Donald Trump didn't raise this issue. It was raised by Sidney Blumenthal. And then secondly, what Donald Trump said today, was the President of the United States was born in the United States. It's unequivocal.
Here's the problem, Corey. Even if you are right, it's irrelevant.
It's still wrong.
It's just still wrong. Here's the deal. I'll agree. Here's what I'm going to agree with you, Corey. I'm going to say, you know what? If on the facts, is it likely that a Clinton operative tried to plant something? Is that more likely than a reporter lying about it? It's more likely the operative planted it. So great, you're correct. So why? So that was in 2007. Why is Donald Trump following the leadership of a low-level Clinton operative or a high-level Clinton operative 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost a decade later? At some point, you've got to take responsibility for your own candidate's decision-making. And the fact that the only thing you can say now is to continue pointing back to somebody that nobody's even heard of or cares about to justify your candidate's behavior shows you that he has nothing to stand on. And it's sad that you guys just won't admit that, yeah, guess what? He saw an opportunity to demagogue and to undermine someone who's the commander-in-chief of our military and the president of our country, and he saw a political advantage in it. He took it as far as he could. Now it is no longer politically advantageous for him, so he dropped it. That's all your candidate's done. Don't blame Blumenthal for your guy.
Van, I don't think it's fair to say that nobody knows who Sidney Blumenthal is.
Okay, fine. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows him.
He has been a close Clinton.
He's the most famous person in the world.
Hang on, let's let Matt Lewis.
Still wrong.
Matt Lewis, can you get in here? Please go on.
Oh, I'll get in there. So first off, you know, look, I would say that it is interesting that so many of these stories begin with Democrats. So if you're go back to 1988, it's Al Gore who introduces Willie Horton into the conversation against Michael Dukakis. You go to 2008, obviously. Sid Blumenthal did go to the McClatchy reporter. They did send somebody to Kenya, who, by the way, found out that no, he was not born there. But it's not just that. It is interesting as well. I don't. This is a little bit obscure, but there was a rumor in 2007, 2008 that Michelle Obama went to a black church and used the term whitey. That rumor was started by a liberal blogger. It was actually advanced by our friend Bob Beckel, who's a Democratic strategist. It was at a different network at the time.
Good.
Bill Clinton goes into
What does that have
South
to do with Hillary Clinton, though?
All I'm saying is I think it is interesting that Democrats have pushed some of these racial issues in the past. That doesn't excuse what Donald Trump did, but if the question is, does Hillary Clinton bear some responsibility for starting it?
No.
Certainly her allies certainly do.
No, she does not. And this has been proven over and over and over again. And we, you know, Corey and all of Trump supporters can say that Hillary Clinton started this until they're blue in the face, but it doesn't make it true. And additionally, what it does is it continues to undermine whatever smidgen of credibility, if any, which I don't think there was any, Trump has and Trump supporters have in defending this vile act that has been going on for 5 years. If he had said last night, if he had said that 5 years ago, I would have said, okay, he ended it. He did not end it. And in fact, the reason why he didn't end it is because the majority of the American people know he was lying and he was using this issue as a race wedge issue so that he could win the primaries, so that he could excite all of the supporters that he knew that he had, and continues to use it to this day.
Quickly, Ben.
So here's the deal. You guys keep pointing to what I would call the racial